Chris, tell us a little bit about how you even got into the industry or the insurance industry from a long line of sales experience that was outside of it.
It kind of just, I was really just between jobs, and I was put my resume together, and I knew how to market myself fairly well. So, but at the time, all I could find as in a job industry was insurance, and so I thought, well, I could do that, and so I got on with New England Financial. I got my license. I got my Series 7, my Series 66, or 63, and started selling stocks and bonds and financial services and life insurance. And as that kind of just went along, I found that all of these companies that I was with were always just taking way too much from me. And so, I mean, I'd been with all kinds of different FMOs and agencies and all that, and it was always in their interest, but never in mine. It was never mutual. And so I got out. I got from one into another. I was selling Medicare, online as an hourly W-2 employee plus commission, and that was. That was a great learning experience, but it was very narrow in that all you did was Medicare. And for me, it was like, people would say, well, do you offer anything else like home and auto or life? And no, but I got a great Medicare plan for you. And so, that just kind of, it was not, I started seeing, if I just became more rounded, I would get more business and be able to handle better relationships with people, because being able to being a one-stop shop for people is my idea of just the best way to do this. Because it's like people are saying, well, I have a need for this, and you've already gained their trust in whatever it is, whether it's P&C or health or life or Medicare. You've already gained their trust, and now they're going to ask you about something else, and you can't do that. And so for me, I was like, well, I'm just going to do everything. And so I got P&C licensed. I had my life insurance since 2006. And I just learned so many things about how to really create wealth for people. And it isn't the typical way that you get a 401k and all that kind of stuff. There's so many better ways, because the biggest problem everybody has is taxation. The more money you make, the more you're going to get taxed on it. Well, maybe I can find a way to avoid taxation. And so that's what I set out to do, and I found ways to do that. So in the P&C side, what I began to develop is I got doing my health insurance. I would gain their trust, and the conversation would kind of come around to, what else do you do? And I said, oh, well, I do property and casualty, I do commercial. And the next thing you know, they're like, well, I'd like to have my homeowner's policy looked at. I said, be glad to do it. And here in Colorado, we've had some very, very devastating fires. And what I found out from the inside customer service agents here that are so great is about 60, she told me it was 90% of the Black Forest and the Marshall Fire homeowners were underinsured.
Oh my God.
There you go.
And they lost everything.
So here's the thing about this, and this is my strong point for anybody that is looking at this. I go in with, well, when's the last time you had a policy review with your agent? And they'll say, well, I've got this one or I've got that one, No, haven't had one for quite some time. Well, guess what? You're probably underinsured. And here's the frustrating part for you, because this could happen to anyone. You pay a premium every month for your homeowners, and you think you're covered. And then you have a catastrophic event, and your limits of liability only go up to a certain level, and it's going to cost you another $100,000 to get your house put back together. Guess what you're doing? You're coming to the table with money. And that is horrible. You'll never have that happen with me. And that's my whole point for property and casualty and auto is let's look in now. If I can't better your situation, great. But at least you know where you stand. And that gives me credibility with people. And it's genuine. I don't just use that like, hey, I'm gonna manipulate.
Yeah.
It's really, really the truth because it happened to me. I didn't have a catastrophic event, but my house was way underinsured from an agent I trusted before I got into property and casualty. And so that just really drew the whole thing to the forefront for me. And then when I found out about ICA, here's the thing that is so exciting about this program, and that is you don't have to do, and I call it non-revenue sharing activity. So when you sell a policy, guess who services it? Not me, my agent inside. Do I make less money? Sure. But I don't care about that right now because I'm not having to do, in fact, I just wrote 6 policies last month, 7 actually, 7 policies in July. And I got a call yesterday from the client's lender, mortgage company. And they said, can you send us over the deck page for their new policy? And I said, no, but I know who can. And I gave her the phone number and she called them and that was it. Otherwise, I'm chasing that, spending an hour or whatever it takes to get an answer for them. And I'm now not doing any revenue generating activity. I'm selling. And so that was the thing that really excited me about this program.
Yeah, I love the term revenue generating activity. I haven't heard that before. We just call it, servicing your accounts.
Right.
Because you're right. I mean, not only did you write 7 new policies last month, but those are 7 more policies that you're going to have to continue to service for the life of that coverage with those clients. And, in insurance, as an independent business owner, it's so important for you to keep that forward momentum, right?
Yeah, excellent.
How can you do that if you're spending all of your time doing non-revenue generating activities instead of actually selling?
Right.